Needham's Laura Martin says Disney should consider simulcasting ABC's broadcast content on less regulated platforms like Hulu instead. She says that would help generate faster revenue growth for Disney and unlock more shareholder value. She has a buy rating on the stock and a $125 price target, and she joins us now. Welcome, Laura. It's good to have you. Make your case here. Not every day a company, kind of shuts down a business that still is producing cash flow, has a big audience. So why do it now?
So basically what we did is a bunch of math that showed that the write-off to the Walt Disney Company, if it just shut down ABC, the broadcaster, is about 5% of its market cap, which we think, because it would be accounted for as a discontinued operation, Wall Street would add back. But then because the ABC broadcast network is structurally shrinking every year, between 5 and 11% of its revenue is disappearing every year, it's slowing the reported growth rate of Disney. So Disney would grow its revenue 5% this year if it didn't own ABC, and about 4.5% because it does own ABC. So once you have higher growth rates of revenue, you get multiple expansion from Wall Street. So when we do the calculation of how much value they lose one time by shutting down the ABC network compared to the higher multiple they would get if they grew their revenue faster structurally over the next 10 years, we think there's about $20 billion of value creation, which is about 10% of the market cap of the company. And therefore, we're arguing that nothing else in the Disney empire is regulatable. So if you actually just shut down ABC, basically the government couldn't stop you from doing things, and that's increasingly valuable in a generative AI world. You don't want to be stopped to react to the marketplace and to consumers for any reason as generative AI continues to disrupt markets.
So a move that is this admittedly extreme, right? I mean, this is a network that's existed for many decades. It's based on the premise that if you kept it, you're going to remain under heavy regulatory pressure on a constant basis, right? Because that's the only reason you wouldn't sell it. I mean, why not get some value for it?
Right. So the only thing there is you have to go to the FCC, because we saw with Paramount, which was a little deal, like a $10 billion deal. It took them 14 months and they had to pay Donald Trump $15 million to get it done. So there's it's a big kerfuffle the minute you have to ask the FCC for anything. That's why, of course, if you'd rather sell it. But with this administration in office, you don't know what it's going to cost you to sell it and who you're going to have to pay to get FCC approval for anything.
So this thesis, Laura, what sort of value does this impute on other holders of networks, of linear TV? What does that mean for them in terms of valuation?
Right. So, I mean, I think the interesting case, I don't cover Comcast, but Comcast is separating its network from its unregulated businesses. My thesis here is that you should move all content, you should simulcast, at the very least, all your broadcast content, which is regulatorily overseen, onto your unregulated platforms, which is your streaming, your cable networks. So it's actually bad for Comcast to separate those entities because now they can't move programming around. So that's one implication for Comcast. The other network, of course, is CBS. And I think now, as you guys know, Oracle is a very close friend of Donald Trump. So I don't really, now that they've paid the $15 million to get the deal done, I don't think they'll have problems with Donald Trump. But, I would say it's true of all networks. I think the FCC is creating volatility in these stocks, and just these networks aren't worth as much as the FCC would like to make shareholders believe.
At the same time, Laura, if Disney actually chose to shut down ABC, aren't they playing the short game? I mean, they're managing to the Trump administration's FCC, and with the change in administration, there could be a change in the tone at the FCC as well.
I think great point. Maybe. I just wanted to raise the point that the economics are positive if they shut it down and didn't sell it. So, because I haven't seen that before. And so I think it'd be actually value creative for Disney shareholders if they shut it down. I admit it's a radical thesis.